All right, say it again.
Hi.
All right. There, you talk first. All right, so week 5 on my sports rant. Sorry, getting over a cold. I think it's this camera. If you want them to see your food, you gotta hold it up. You should know by now how it goes. It goes Colts, IU football. Then I'll talk about random sports, not random sports, but other news topics, and then I'll dive into fantasy football. If you see me looking over to my left, then I have notes that's all that I've typed up so I can hit all my talking points. Anyway, Colts this past Thursday played Thursday night football against the Broncos. It was a horrible game. Went to overtime, 9-9 in overtime, all field goals. Colts won 12-9. And because of the Colts winning in overtime, the kicker, Chase McLaughlin, is the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. That's sad, honestly. But for my mental and physical well-being, I'm very glad that I did not watch a minute of that game. The Colts broke a record, which, hold on, I have a picture of it, which was not set or has not been touched since 1973. Let me see. So this past Thursday, the Colts won with 0 touchdowns, multiple interceptions thrown, and 6 sacks taken. The last team to win under those conditions was the 1973 Cleveland Browns, or wherever they were. We'd done something that hadn't been done since 1973. Matt Ryan was not the way to go this offseason. I wholeheartedly believe that.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm glad he's not Russell Wilson. I was gonna cover this later in the random, but they lose in overtime. The Broncos do, and Russell takes the blame for the loss about how he needs to play better and all this. And then he ends it with Broncos country, let's ride. He's a grown man. He's got to know that we all make fun of him for that clip that we saw when he's like, Broncos country, let's ride. And he kept saying it over and over again. Like, he's got to stop saying it, or else we're going to keep making fun of him. Like, just like people made fun of him when he called himself Mr. Unlimited. Like, that's just, it's cringy. Be better, Russ. Nyheim Hines went out with a concussion, and not having Taylor and then him, that had to hurt the offense a little bit. I mean, Philip Lindsay coming up from the practice squad, and I don't even know who our other running back is, because we don't have Jordan Walker. I remember his name was Jordan. We don't have him anymore, so hopefully he's okay. He left with the concussion. Hopefully he recovers well. Sorry, eating sunflower seeds. Now, this Sunday, they have a divisional game against Jacksonville. It's at home, but I'm not very optimistic about what will happen. Which, speaking of that, they released last night the unofficial depth chart. Like, as I was typing all this up, they released it, and hold on. All right. So they released their unofficial depth chart, and Ashton Doolin is on there for the game this Sunday. But like 4 hours earlier, they moved him to the injured reserve. So I don't know who's in charge of putting things out, but they need to get on the same page as like what's going on. If he's on IR, then he shouldn't be on the depth chart for for the week. Now Shaquille Leonard was on there along with Taylor, so maybe they'll be back. I don't know. I'm debating on watching this game for, again, my mental well-being. Cause the last game I watched, it was Tennessee. We stayed home from church. My kids were sick, and I was working on laundry, doing stuff, and I watched what game was it? Oh, the Saints and Vikings. I watched the London game, and then I went and my wife texted me, like, hey, what's you want to come over for dinner? Mom's making tacos. I was like, yeah, sure. Or not dinner, but lunch. So I went over there, and I'm walking, I'm mad. She goes, why are you mad? I'm like, well, what's the one thing on a Sunday that can make me mad? And she goes, oh, the Colts. Like, for my mental well-being, I have to stop watching them, but I won't. All right, that's it for the Colts. On to IU football. Excuse me. All right, I've said it once, saying it again. Tom Allen needs to go. Now I get. Well, actually, when I first typed it up, I kept typing in Tom Ryan. I knew that wasn't right because that's Ohio State Wrestling. Ohio State Wrestling, that's their head coach. But Tom Allen needs to go. I didn't watch the game against Michigan, but I know going into halftime it was tied up 10-10. But I doubt them losing 31-10, not scoring, and giving up 21 points in the second half. It's not the O-line coach's fault, so I don't see why he got fired. And the players, along with us fans, have to be tired of one, two, maybe even 3 quarters of effort and then phoning it in. They had Michigan ranked 4 in the country on the ropes, tied 10-10 going into half. And they said, you know what? That's good for me, dog. Like, I don't need to play anymore. Finish the game. It's not that hard. I don't get where the disconnect is, but they just refuse to play whistle to whistle, and it's extremely annoying. Try to pull something up for later on in this rant. But one thing that I did learn out of the game, Mike Hart, former Michigan running back, he was with the Colts as a player, and he was a running back coach with IU. He collapsed on the sideline. He's doing well now, but hopefully he continues to improve. I don't know why he collapsed, or I don't think he said why, but I mean, seeing that he went down, it's kind of not hard to see, but like, I mean, he was one of my favorite running backs when I was watching college football, like, religiously. Like him, watching Mike Hart, and then I'd go watch Notre Dame, and that's when they like Brady Quinn and Jeff Samardzija, and they
I want it closer to me.
No, I'm not putting it closer to you.
I wanted it closer to me.
Lucy, you eat the microphone. You need to back up.
I wanted it because I have eggs.
Oh, show them your eggs, or your egg, over here. All right, so I'm done with IU football. Actually, let me see. I didn't even look up the most important part. Who they play? Oh, they play Maryland this week at 3:30 on ESPN2.
I'm gonna crack it open.
So Indiana's 3-3, Maryland's 4-2, and their quarterback is Tua Tagovailoa. That's Tua Tagovailoa's younger brother. Maryland is an 11-point favorite. I expect that to be a blowout. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Oh, real quick, the Colts are a 1.5 favorite at home against Jacksonville. Jacksonville's 2-3. The Colts are 2-1. Which now that I see that, what are the standings? Oh, Colts have to be in second. Yeah, they're in second.
Ouch! Don't do that.
That's sad. Who does Tennessee play this week? Stop.
I gotta make noisy.
No, you're not making noise.
I like being noisy.
Then you can go in there with mommy.
I can be stupid. I can make a little one.
We're here to talk, not bang eggs together.
I can do a little one I want. I have a right idea when I can do a little.
Alright. Titans don't play this week. Alright.
I did it.
Alright, real quick.
I cracked it.
Alright, on to random things that happen.
What's it?
Sunflower seeds.
What's in that?
Sunflower seeds and spit, Lucy. Here.
What's in that?
Here, look.
Why? What? And why are you gonna eat that? And why are you eating my chips?
Because you're not eating them.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Random things that happen in sports this week. There is a French basketball player. His name is Steve Hoyufat. I think he's from like French Guyana. That is the best name in sports right now, and you can't change my mind. Hoyufat. His father or his paternal grandfather is from China, maybe, or he's from an Asian country. I'm not gonna say China. And then his grandmother.
I got them.
Anyway, his grandmother's from French Guiana, so his last name is Hoyufat. Literally the best name ever. An NBA team needs to sign him to a G League or to like a 10-day. They will make record jersey sales with having him on their roster. His name is Hoyufat. Now, Kevin Hart said that he needs to drop the ho or the fat. Are you just like making weird noises in my ear?
No, I'm just doing it choir.
Okay. But they need one, like the Pacers need to sign him. They'd sell way more tickets. With a dude named Hoyufat. Dude, I'm buying that jersey ASAP. Now, last Friday, the MLB playoffs started.
My egg you want?
MLB playoffs started.
You can
My team is out. I'm a St. Louis Cardinals fan. They're no longer in the playoffs. They lost to Philly in 2 straight. So this year, go. I'm not.
I wanted to make cereal.
Then you need to act right. This year at the wild card, they're doing it a best of 3. Cardinals lost in 2 straight to Philly. And they gave up 6 runs in the 9th inning, which it was heartbreaking to watch. I blame my wife for it, for why they lost. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm still gonna watch the playoffs. It's one of the better playoff systems. Like NBA is not all that interesting. I'll watch NFL. NHL is pretty interesting. In NHL, you get a lot of game 7s. What are you doing? Okay. And then I'll give you an update on current series. So, for the ALDS, that's the American League Divisional Series, you have the Cleveland Guardians versus the New York Yankees and the Houston Astros versus the Seattle Mariners. Houston is up 1-0 on Seattle. Houston won yesterday off a walk-off 3-run home run. You bang those eggs together again, you're kicked out. So Houston's up 1-0 on Seattle. What are you doing? And New York is up 1-0 on Cleveland. In the NLDS, if you can't figure out what it stands for, it's National League Division Series. You have the San Diego Padres versus the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Atlanta Braves. Both Philly and Los Angeles are up 1-0 respectively on who they're playing. And the divisional series, it is a best of 5 before it goes to the ALCS and the NLDS, the ALCS American League Championship Series, NLCS National League Championship Series. That's a best of 7. Then you have the World Series, which is a best of 7. Now, if you haven't heard, Draymond Green hold on. Draymond Green and Jordan Poole got into it. So Draymond Green and Jordan Poole got into it at practice. I have the video. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna cue it up right here. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for this by Barstool, but here's the video. Yeah, it's not very long. This is Draymond Green. Jordan Poole's right here.
Mommy wants to run at the door when you're done.
What?
I want to run at the door when you're done.
Okay. So
I'm gonna go with Mommy.
okay. You see Draymond approach Poole. Poole pushes him back. Draymond straight up just smokes him. See it again. Pushes him. Smoked him. Now, you might be asking, what's happened to Draymond Green? Absolutely nothing. He hasn't been reprimanded for the altercation. He said it happened because Jordan Poole called him a bitch. To me, you are kind of one if that's what triggers you to fight your teammate. And some of you might be like, oh, well, Jordan and Steve Kerr fought. Yeah, but that's because Steve Kerr was... It's the same, but it's not. It's hard to explain. But also, they don't have it on video like this is, and the whole world's seen it. Now, he did, or the organization did say that he apologized for the altercation while Poole's in the room. He didn't necessarily apologize to Poole. He just said, "Hey guys, I'm sorry that this happened." That's not okay. And then he has taken Draymond Green decided to take some time away from the team to work. I don't want to say work on himself, but to just like kind of diffuse the situation. And I bet you that's all that happens is that, oh, if you miss a preseason, that's fine. Blah blah blah. Like, nah, he needs to be fined, suspended, something. Something needs to happen to Draymond Green. So that was the first video I'm going to talk about. This next one, give me 1 second. Next one, if you haven't heard, let me tee it up for you. So Monday Night Football, Raiders, Chiefs, in Kansas City. Raiders are winning for most of the game. The Chiefs come back and win. On 4th and 1, Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow run a crossing route, and they run into each other. Excuse me, and that's how the game ended. Well, this is what happened after the fact. Excuse me. Another video for you. So Devontae Adams pushes the cameraman. Now he's getting fined $100,000. The cameraman did press today misdemeanor assault charges, and he had to go to the hospital for injuries. But I just back it up if I can. I mean, that he said that he did not see him. Nah, dog. Like, you blatantly put your arms out. You saw him. You had to have seen him. You don't push somebody. Like, usually when you don't see somebody, you run into them, your arms are like this. So like they're into you. You were full. That was full extension. I'm gonna take it back one more time. Wait. Yeah, full extension. You saw him. You had to have seen him. You're just a punk, and you're mad that you lost on Monday Night Football. Like, get over it, dude. Now in his post-game press conference, let me read this correctly. He apologized for his actions and that he said he immediately regretted what he did. But to me, his actions didn't show that. He pushed that man over, then stepped over him like he's Allen Iverson, and that cameraman was Ty Lue. If you don't know what that means, you need to look it up. He also said, and then today tweeted this out, screenshot of this. Sorry to the guy I pushed over after the game. Obviously very frustrated at the way the game ended, and when he ran in front of me as I exited, that was my reaction, and I felt horrible immediately. That's not me. My apologies. Man, I hope you see this. Your action, you pushed him down, and then you kept it moving. If you immediately regretted it, you would have stopped, helped him up, made sure he's okay, but no, you kept it moving to the locker room. Only then, when reporters ask you like, hey, about that dude you pushed, that's when you express remorse. You're not sorry that it happened. You're sorry that you got caught in 4K. I almost said 5K. You got caught in 4K, my guy. You got a lot of eggs?
Yeah.
Do you want to show them all your eggs real quick?
Oh, I dropped one. I got it. Got it. Let me show them all my eggs.
All right. Eggs. There's one egg. Two. Wait, hold on. Hold. Two. Three. Four. Yay. All right.
These go together, not these ones.
I don't know if I talked about it last week. So last Monday Night Football, not this one that just happened, but the week prior.
Dry.
Wow. All right. Sorry. A protester ran onto the field during the Rams 49ers game, and he got leveled by linebacker Bobby Wagner. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure you get arrested for something when you rush a field during a sporting event, but that protester is pressing charges against Bobby Wagner for assault. But I mean, I don't know what. Please stop singing.
I'm trying to sing. I like to sing.
Fine. They gotta be able to hear me, because I'm the important one. No, I know you all are here to see her. But to me, that dude brought it upon himself, so him pressing charges, it's kind of stupid. But that's all I'll say on that, since it's an ongoing investigation. Now, I want to talk about concussions. How the NFL's done, they've done well recently with keeping players out. Like Teddy Bridgewater exited the game on Sunday against whoever they were playing. They kept out Nyheim Hines. Like, they're using, if a player stumbles after he gets hit, that's enough reason to keep him out. And I mean, as dark as it sounds, thank you, Dolphins organization and Tua Tagovailoa. But I mean, Tua was throwing up gang signs in Cincinnati after he got hit. That wasn't even that bad of a hit. But so, I mean, them keeping players out for their safety and future CTE, I have to commend them. So, good job, NFL. So, speaking of CTE, Antonio Brown, boy is in the thick of CTE. And it's hard to, like, CTE, let me explain what it is. It is chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is triggered by repeated blows to the head. Now, everyone thinks that, I mean, so Antonio Brown's been knocked out a handful of times. The most recent one was 4-ish years ago by Vontaze Burfict. But I mean, the things that he's done in this past year are obvious signs of CTE. Recently in Dubai, he exposed his genitals to a random family and to a woman that he may or may not have been with. He just like very eccentric with what he does. And then the shots he's been taking subliminally and not subliminally at Tom Brady ever since he left Tampa Bay is unnecessary. Like, he's been after he left in the middle of the Jets game last year, waving his hands and throwing his stuff, his jersey and pads and whatnot into the crowd. He's been saying, "Oh, well, Tom Brady's fake. He's this." Tom Brady let me stay at his house when I first signed Tampa to make me feel like a part of the team and this, but it's all a show. He's not really that type of dude. I feel like Tom Brady was not that type of dude. He wouldn't have taken you into your house or into his house in the first place. But also, like, he's had issues with not trainers, movers. Apparently, he threw rocks at them. A personal trainer or like a massage therapist, he didn't pay her. An artist didn't pay her for the work that she did in his home for his kids. And then, so it's pretty well documented the marital issues that Tom Brady has going on right now. Him and Giselle are getting a divorce, and since that's come to light, Antonio Brown has posted pictures of him and Giselle like constantly, no context, just posts them. Real quick, I'm gonna pull up a picture of like CTE, what the brain looks like. You can skip over this if you want. It's hard to look at. So this is a normal brain from, you have the normal healthy adult brain. This is a brain from advanced CTE. So being knocked out boxers, UFC fighters, football players, possibly hockey players. Oh, you don't hear about CTE much from hockey. Like, these gaps in all these areas shouldn't be there. That's not good. And my guess is that's what Antonio Brown's brain looks like. It's deteriorating rapidly and it's not good. And I hope he can be a man, be an adult, and get the help that he needs. Yes? Oh, do you have a carrot now?
No.
Okay.
It's a stick.
It's a carrot.
No,
Show
I
them.
call it stick.
Okay. He calls a carrot a stick. Alright. More videos. Real quick, let me delete this one. Download this. Sorry. And this. Alright. So, roughing the passer penalties are getting out of hand, in my opinion. This past weekend, there were 2 called that I didn't see where there was roughing the passer. There needs to be consistency. So this first video, let me see. First video. Let me start it over and then put it on the screen. First video. Chris Jones sacks Derek Carr. It's actually a strip sack. He has the ball. Now, I want you to watch this and you tell me where the roughing the passers, strip sacks him, land comes up with the ball, ready to celebrate. Like, that's not roughing the passer. Well, I don't know what more he could have done, but that's a strip sack, and the NFL needs to fix it. Now, this next video, it is Grady Jarrett, an Atlanta Falcons defensive tackle, defensive end, sacks Tom Brady, roughing the passer. And you see Atlanta's coaches in shambles. I'll just talk you through this. So, Jarrett, 97, defensive tackle, comes around. He comes around, sacks Tom Brady. Doesn't really throw him down that hard. And what you don't see at the end of this, I don't know if you see it in this angle, but I mean, you see, look, Jarrett comes in, wraps up Tom, takes him to the ground. Not hard at all. Gets up. To me, like I said, no issue with this video, with that sack at all. They call that roughing the passer. That's not roughing the passer, because the same thing happened to Patrick Mahomes Monday night. They didn't call roughing the passer, so there's no consistency. But again, with that whole Brady sack, what you don't see is Brady may or may not have taken a kick at Grady Jarrett's baby maker. That didn't get flagged. Doesn't get reprimanded for it. I get it, Tom Brady, your teammates with Ndamukong Suh, but that's not the right thing to do, dog. They need to get consistent. They need to fix these roughing the passer calls. They need to do it before tomorrow, pretty much. Or I guess tonight, because I'll post this video on 10/13. So the Carolina Panthers, ow, what are you doing, turd burglar? The Carolina Panthers, they fired Matt Rule, and I believe that that's going to be the first domino to fall, whether it be in season or postseason, like after regular season ends or even the Super Bowl, because some teams want to wait till after the Super Bowl to fire their coaches. But I believe that is the first domino to fall in this coaching with the coaches of the NFL. So a few weeks ago, actually 6 weeks ago, if you didn't hear, a rookie running back for the Washington Commanders got shot twice in the leg. His name's Brian Robinson Jr. He survived. And so this past Sunday, he made his NFL debut. And he came out to the song Many Men by 50 Cent. And if you don't know it, it says, "Many men wish death upon me." That's like one of the lines. And that is the hardest, most goated entrance ever. Better than Ray Lewis. I almost said Ray Rice. Better than, Tom Brady's not even that great. I mean, it's just a great entrance. Best entrance so far this year, no matter what sport. And staying on with the Commanders, someone asked head coach Ron Rivera what the issue is within the division, or I guess the NFL. They might have said his division. He said quarterback, and then he apologized to Carson Wentz. He wasn't saying that Carson wasn't the issue. It's that the inconsistency that the organization has had at quarterback is the issue for why they can't compete, which makes sense. Now, shifting gears from football to UFC. It's time. So UFC 280 is coming up, the 22nd, 10 days. We're 10 days out from UFC 280 with a great card. You got Dillashaw Sterling for the Bantam title, Oliveira Makayev for lightweight title, Peter Yan and Sean O'Malley for, I guess, to see who becomes the next contender. The whole card up and down is good. Looking forward to it. Now UFC 282, they they keep announcing fights, but they don't have a date, time, or location set. Sorry, if you heard screaming, my daughter's crying because her mom didn't let her open up the door to her brother's room. Anyway, they keep announcing like some fights, but there's no like date, location, time, and honestly, my biggest hope for this is when John Jones makes his heavyweight debut, and his comeback, and we can see him do his thing at 265. I'm very interested to see how he does up 60 plus pounds. Now shifting from UFC to soccer, PSG star Kylian Mbappe has demanded to leave PSG. Do I need to log in? The question. He wants out of PSG, and he's a child. Now, real quick, PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, they're in France. They're in League One. They're my favorite team. I actually have them tattooed on my body. That's what this is. That's their symbol. They've been my favorite team ever since I heard about Zlatan Ibrahimovic, a Swedish player who is a dog. But anyway, so this past spring he signed with PSG instead of leaving. Mbappe did. And he was going to go to Real Madrid, but now after they tied yesterday in the UEFA Champions League in the group stage, he wants out again. Like I said earlier, he's a child. I don't even know how old Mbappe is, but I'm calling him a child. And like PSG gave him the world. In his contract, it's written that he has say over who the manager of the club is, like the coach. Like baseball and soccer, the manager is the like head coach. He has say over who the manager is, what players come and go, like all this. They gave him the literal world, and he's acting childish. It's absurd that they gave him all this, and he's still acting this way. He wants out. Hopefully, he can go to Real Madrid or wherever his heart desires, and he can be content. But I doubt that they give him as much control as PSG has. Like, that's some LeBron type stuff, and LeBron will never admit that he has that much power, but he does. And I will start to think of Mbappe like I think of LeBron. He's a baby. He's a crybaby. Like I said, give him the world, and you want out. Go. We're better off without you. So, done with sports. Y'all know what it is. It's time for fantasy football. So, this past week, I played Jake. Gave him his first win of the year. He was 0-4. Now he's 1-5. There's 3 of us that are 3-2. So the race for the top will be. What did I put? I don't know. The race for the top will be ferocious. Also, I'm thinking of expanding the league to 6 teams next year. I think we might need to have an owners meeting in the offseason. But, I mean, I have one person in mind. Probably thinking of adding my friend Tristan. I don't know who else I would add to be that 6th person. But also, whoever gets dead last this year in this fantasy league, we all agreed upon a rule that whoever gets last, they can only draft all white players. So we have 5 keepers. Right now, my keepers are Kittle. I had Kittle, Rodgers, D-Hop. Donald, Rodgers, Hopkins, Kittle, McCaffrey. Those are my 5. I get to keep all them. But then every other position, I'd have to draft a white player. I'm hoping I'm not going to be last. So on this week, I'm playing Mark Brooks, Big Baby Brooks. Let's see what we're projected. He's projected 170.8. I'm projected 167.4. He has me beat right now at quarterback. Jalen Hurts at Dallas versus Lamar Jackson at the Giants. McCaffrey versus the Rams. I have him beat on Eckler at Denver. Wait. Oh, okay. I was looking at average, not projected. I have him beat with Chubb at New England versus Clyde Edwards-Helaire at Buffalo, or versus Buffalo. He has me beat receiver with Justin Jefferson versus Miami, with T. Higgins versus New Orleans. But T. Higgins, he played Sunday, but he left early with a sprained ankle. I don't know how he's doing. I should check up on him real quick. This is my last week without D-Hop also. 10 snaps. Practice last week. So, injury report or practice report should come out later today. Excuse me. So he has me beat at receiver Cooper Kupp and Justin Jefferson. At tight end, I got Kittle at Atlanta, and he has Dallas Goedert. I mean, that's a 0.1 difference right there. Andrews versus the Giants has Jamar Chase beat out. Wilkins versus Minnesota has Hayward versus Tampa Bay beat out. Highsmith has Josh Allen beat. Foyesay Olakun has Devin White beat. Now I might make roster changes and we'll go back through and see what this looks like. Ramsey's beat out by Kenny Moore. Jalen Thompson's beating out Buda Baker. Rams defense is beating out the Buccaneers defense. Tucker is beating out Bass. Projected 7-8. Projected 7-4. Buccaneers head coach is beating out Bills head coach. So I'm gonna go back to my roster. Let me see where I can make some moves. Okay, Donald. So Hawkinson's on a bye. All right, cool. Okay, so Donald 4-9, Wilkins 5. Do I have my other defensive end? Cam Jordan 5-3, Highsmith 5-3. I feel more comfortable putting Cam Jordan in. Doesn't change anything. I dropped by 0.1. That makes no sense. Devin White 9-2, Bobby Wagner 9. I'm gonna keep Devin White in. Buda Baker 7-9, Von Bell 8-1, putting Buda in. You want to win? Put Buda in. Buccaneers 7, Packers 5-9. Butker is questionable. He'd be 8-2. Let me see. All right, Butker Swiss practice set. I'm moving him in over Bass, and then let's see if we can go pick up a head coach. Head coach. Eagles coach versus Dallas. It's projected 2 points. Bum, ba-da-da-dum. Yeah, I'll pick up Eagles. Who am I dropping? Dropping Packers defense. They've not been great. Couple more minutes. I'm almost done. Why? Okay. Wait, which store? Walmart? Okay. It makes way more sense. Putting the Eagles coach in here. 169.3. Now let's look at that projection. 69.3, 170.8. He's not even he's 1.5 points better than me. But we're winning some things. Hi, Bubba. It'll be interesting to see. I want to see what other players there are. Let me look at defenses. I just dropped Packers. Niners defense against Atlanta. Should I do that? 6 Eagles defense against Dallas. Panthers are 6-5. That's a joke. Niners defense, yeah, I'll take them. Wait, they're projected. Never mind, I'm gonna cancel this. They're not projected to do better. So, small lineup: Jackson, Caffrey, Chubb, Higgins. I need to. Who's on my watch list for? Take him off my watch list. Jerry Jeudy and Michael Thomas. Yeah. Look at some other receivers in case Higgins can't go. Marquise Brown won't be a bad pickup probably. I had Godwin. I dropped him because of injury. How's Devontae Smith doing? 0, 15, 30. Thielen, what about him? 6, 9, 18, 15, 6. Godwin had 6, missed 2, 12, 12. Brown has had. I'll have to if Higgins can't go, then I'm dropping him and Brown's getting picked up. She hit you? Are you okay? Okay, eat a chip. Alright, but that's let me go through my lineup again. That's the fantasy lineup: Jackson, McCaffrey, Chubb, Higgins, Metcalf, Kittle, Andrews, Wilkins, Jordan, White, Ramsey, Bell. Buccaneers defense, Butker, and the Eagles head coach. We'll hopefully later today get more insight on it, and we can decide. I can decide how this goes. No intro for this video, so if you guys like the video, feel free to drop a like down below or share this with a friend. As always, stay tuned. Until next time.